And now, a story from the Appleseed.
This is a great audience, I have to say. This is really, really good. Really good to be here. Okay, here we go. How many of you are fans of the ancient Greeks? Do you study that at home? Do you study the Greeks yet? Not yet? Okay, you're going to get a crash course right now. And by crash, I mean crash. First, we're going to start out with the big Greek god named Zeus. And Zeus was the big god, and they said when he first created people, we had 4 arms, 4 legs, and 2 heads. That's what they said. But we had so much fun, we stopped listening to Zeus. We were having too much fun. Forget it, Zeus. And so in his anger, he cut us in half. And so now we have 2 arms, 2 legs, and 1 head. And he said, and if you don't knock it off, you're going to go down to 1 leg. So, but we're always, from then on, looking for our other half. We're always looking where we can connect. Where is our other half in this world? And that's what a lot of people in the ancient Greeks thought. That's where love comes from. That's where the need that all humans have for connection, that's where it comes from. I love the way the ancient Greeks thought of a story. They thought of our lives like threads, like weaves, the fates that ruled our lives were all weavers. And one measured the thread, one wove the thread, and one cut the thread. And where they cut the thread, that's how long your life was. And they even said stories were like a loom, in that vertically ran the metaphor, horizontally ran the sequence, and where they came together, they wove their invisible threads for their cloaks of immortality. That was a story. So this is a story about, and it happened here. I've told this story all over the world, but it happened on Timpanogos. When I was here back in the 80s, I was working at the Sundance Institute, and one night they said, go out into the woods. There's a woman that's going to tell you a story that you'll never forget. And so we went into the woods, and there was a woman, and she told us the story of the Odyssey. It took her 10 hours. She started as the sun was setting, and as the sun was rising over the mountain the next day, Odysseus was landing in Ithaca. It was one of the most amazing 10 hours of my life. So here goes. My brother calls me up. And he says, Kevin, I got the old team together. I go, what do you mean? He goes, our Little League team. He says, I got the whole team back to be on an over 35-year-old softball league. I go, no, Steve. I go, no, we were terrible. We went 0 for 2. 0 for 2 years. We never won a game. The whole time. I go, Steve, no. I mean, you could look at us and see we were a bunch of future thespians and accountants. But our coach was Mr. Haynes. Mr. Haynes was arguably the worst baseball coach you've ever seen. For one thing, he'd never played baseball, had no understanding of it. So he got a book that was titled How to Play Baseball. But he couldn't tell by the dotted line on the throwing man which leg was supposed to be forward. So he thought we should throw and step from the same side. It looks like this. For people at home, it's terrible. You can't even throw a ball 10 feet that way. And so our pitchers would even pitch that way. We would get killed every single game. And so I go, Steve, no. I said, no, I don't want anything to do with it. He goes, I've got Dick Steiner to sponsor us. Oh, Dick Steiner, the Medicis of softball. I mean, you could tell people at the high school reunion, I cured cancer. Okay, that's nice. And I play softball for Dick Steiner. Oh, this is my sister. What are you drinking? Let me praise you. You are a god. So I say, yeah, of course, Steve. Dick Steiner, yeah, I'm in. I'm totally in. He goes, okay. He said, meet next Wednesday, 5:30. Don't be late. So, okay. So I'm there, 5:30, next Wednesday, and it's the same guys. 9 accountants and 1 thespian. And my brother says, let's take infield practice. He hits a ground ball, and pocket protectors and reading glasses go flying. I'm like, maybe we should rehearse. But it's too late. The other team shows up, and there's these young guys with muscle and sinew breaking through their uniforms. I look at my team, they look shaken, but I'm like, no, you guys. Young teams have passion, but not the craft. Teams with goofy names like foul balls or geriatrics, don't worry, they're going to be goofy. But teams with initials followed by the words construction or refrigeration? Look out. So we take the field. Okay, it's May in Minnesota, so it's 25 degrees out, and we're all in our coats and hats. Well, I'm ready to pitch the ball. I make sure all the guys are in position. I look at the outfield, and there's my brother in his duck hunting gear. He's camouflaged from head to toe. He's even painted around his eyes. And he's laying there like he's in a duck blind in the middle of the outfield, like the batter can't see him. And I'm thinking, maybe we should put softballs around him like decoys. And so he's out there, and I pitch the ball. The batter hits into the outfield. My brother jumps up like it's a big surprise. And he mimes a gun, boom, boom, and he catches the ball. Our whole team sees us, and we think the same thing at the same second. We could win a game. Okay, it's the bottom of the ninth, and this is exactly how I remember it. I'm up to bat, and 2 strikes threaten to end my evening. The other team is yelling, swing batter, swing batter. And I'm thinking, I have been. I call timeout, and I go over to my bench, and I say, quickly, men, lash me to my bat. My crew does as I bade. They take tape and tape my hands to the handle of the bat. And then I say, stick Bazooka Joe bubblegum in my ears so I may not hear the other team's taunts. My crew does as I bade, and I'm rewarded by 3 straight balls and an easy sailing to the first island. Oh, but wait. This island is guarded by one who is half man, half God. I know him to have but one eye, for when he did bat, his team yelled, good eye, good eye. He says, who are you? I say, nobody. He says, well, nobody. This is the last island you shall see. But I caught the eye of the batsman, and we employed the old hit and run. And as the ball is rolling, I run to second. I run with all my might. The other team is watching me run because the first baseman is yelling, get nobody, and they're confused. So I get to the second base, and I think I'm safe. But no, this island is one who plies me with words of honey, sweet words. You're really good. Your team's a bunch of pigs. You should be on our team. I've heard you on the radio. His words of honey tempt, yet when our batter hits it to the outfield, I run with all my might to third base, where I shed hot tears for the one who sacrificed to move me forward. And now the third baseman starts to taunt me. You old man and body old and weak, you will never take this one I love, this victory. But I look to home, and there's my brother stepping to the plate. My brother, sturdy as an oak, truly the son of our father. He steps to the plate. Oh, and our third base coach, wise old sage, gives me good counsel. 2 outs, run on anything. And as my brother swings, I run with all I have down that third base path until a man ruddy complexion blocks my path. I smash into the man, sending man and orb flying. And then Zeus, lord of this flat land, Zeus disguised in mask and armor, Zeus proclaims me safe at home. Oh, how the heady wine did flow. The other team shrieking like birds of prey, renting garments. We excuse ourselves to Dick's Diner, where we set aside desire for food and drink. Extra cheese on mine. And then we make our way home and warm ourselves with welcome fleece. And as dawn, with her rose-red fingers, again colors the sky, I awake in these old bones again. I walk into my office, where the bat still sits, tape hanging off the handle, and I await my brother's call. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for a story from the Appleseed.